and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right. It is Friday night drink in hand. We're talking about whatever your favorite elixir is, whatever your favorite cerveza, Espanol for beer, whatever your favorite smoothie is, your vanilla latte, whatever your favorite cafe is. Tonight is Friday. You know, your boy on Agua. I got one more month left of Agua. I'm looking good. Went to the doctor today. Doctor said, you built like a bull, man. Built like a bull. You're healthy. Go and walk down the hill. You're healthy. It's crazy to be 55 and healthier than I was at 25. We got a great topic tonight when it comes to health. We're going to talk about 12 plus foods that you have in the United States. Yeah, let me move that right there. That you have in the United States that you've been snarfing on and eating on, and I was eating on for many a year, that are technically illegal. And I mean illegal like if you want to smuggle it in. Illegal. 12 foods plus in the United States that are illegal in other countries. We're going to talk about that tonight. The reason why we're going to be talking about that is just not to showcase foods in the United States and put down what we have in the United States. You know, many of us, we don't know any better. That's what we were raised on. But at the end of the day, it's to showcase this passport bro movement. These are some of the benefits that you receive, healthier foods. Like I said, when it comes to the ladies, that's the cherry on the top. We on this channel talk about the cake. Dang the cherry. We gonna talk about the cherry every once in a while, but we like to talk about the cake, not just the cherry on the top. And one of the parts of the cake for the benefits of you eventually relocating to other countries, I won't lie, your health, whether you be male or female, young or old, it's your health, man. Health is wealth. And so we're going to talk about some of the foods that you eat in the United States that once you leave, you no longer have access to them, and you have a healthier version of whatever that is. I don't care, from your breakfast cereals to your eggs or your milk. There is a healthier alternative in the countries that you're going to be heading to. And some of you guys already know this, but we already know what this is. It's Friday night drink in hand. I hope you guys are had a great week or are having a great week. Let's get ready to get started with these shout outs. My man Stefano numero uno, he says, like he always says, hola mi gente. Go ahead, settle in, because it's that time. You know what time it is. We got 18 in the building. Click that like button. Show up. Don't forget to pour up. Get your drinks, fellas. Get your drinks. Hey, listen. As much as I talk, and as y'all know how I talk, you're going to need a drink if you're going to be watching this channel on a Friday night. It is Friday. So make sure that you hit that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too by hitting that like button on your way in, and keep it clean in the chat. I appreciate that, guys. My man Gabrielle's in the building. Numero dos, peace and blessings to you as well. First super chat in the building is my man, Big Noble Royalty. Don't forget the royalty at the end of it. He said, hey, great brother Andre, keep dropping these facts here. Here soon, I'll be booking a consultation. Cool. On a great escape from the West. Salute and keep dropping gems. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Anytime you want to do a consultation, anytime any of you guys want to, just hit me up. I'll put you on the schedule because I have the whiteboard right here, so I don't forget anybody's consultations, and I've got quite a few lined up, and I'll always be available for you guys, man. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's really not about the consultation as far as the business aspect, but I'm always so excited, to meet you guys away from the live stream, and I get a chance to meet the person behind the names. But also, I'm excited, man. I get excited for you guys when you come to Colombia, or when you're traveling somewhere else in South America, like Ace was for me. You guys have heard me tell the story 100 times how I got to Colombia. Ace only had 200 subscribers, and I hit him up in his comment section. And he was so happy that somebody was coming to Colombia, because everybody's watching his videos, but wasn't nobody coming down. And so he was so happy that somebody was coming to Colombia. And that's how I feel, with that same joy and excitement whenever I do consultation with you guys. Because I know when I meet you, when you come down, it's almost like we already kind of know each other already. So shout out to you, brothers. And shout out for anybody that wants to do a consultation. Let's go on down to my man, Black Scorpion, in the building, representing. What up, Dre? Man law is still in effect. That's what's up, at least here. We got Deborah here. Shout out to the ATL. Miss Deborah's in the building. Shout out to the ladies representing. We got a good one tonight, Miss Deborah. You're going to really like this one. Really like it. We're going to talk, like I said, we're going to talk about some foods. Just to encourage, and like I say, this is one of the reasons why those of us that are older, we're relocating too. We're all not young like Austin Holloman or like Charles. We're not young bucks. So, take that with a grain of salt, Charles. We're not young. So we have to take care of ourselves. And we it's not even about the fact that foods in the United States are expensive. It's the fact that I'm eating expensive food and it's not healthy for me, especially as an older person. So I'm glad that we have Miss Deborah's in the building representing the A, as well as my man Charles. Say, chat room, what's up? This is going to be a good show tonight. This is a breakout the pen and pad. It is. It really is a breakout the pen and pad show. Yeah, this is going to be an important one. Shout out to you, Charles, man. I love when you're here. Clint Andre, namesake, is in the building. Namesake is in the building. I got to pull out the name now. Let's see. All right. For those of us that are named Andre, a co-worker of mine, for Christmas, he got all of us in our department the definitions of our names. I already knew it, but he framed it. And that was the cool part. I already knew the definition of the name Andre. But for those that have Dre, Andrew, anything that's got to do with the Andre or title, this is the I'm going to read this real quick. The name Andre means masculine and manly. And we're one of the few names that's a verb and a noun. It is French Greek variant of Andreas. That's what they call me down here in Colombia. Nobody calls me Andreas. Everybody calls me Andreas, which is derived from Andreos. Didn't know that. Meaning manly or masculine. In the New Testament, the Apostle Andrew, the first apostle to join Jesus and the brother of Simon Peter. According to tradition, he was an early martyr in the church, and some legends say that he was crucified by X, not the cross, but the X cross. And he is regarded as the patron of Scotland, Russia, Greece, and Romania. That's where he preached. So just in case you wonder where some of the 12 disciples went to, well, the disciple named Andrew, he actually went to Scotland at that time period, the area that we call Russia, the area that we call Greece, and Romania. And so this is great to have. I've had this for years. So those of you who are named after the name, and find out what your name, the definition of your name is, guys and ladies. But as for Andres, we are masculine and manly. So every time somebody looks at you and says your name, they are actually looking at you and saying that you are masculine and manly. Oh, yeah. Shout out to my man Dre. Clint Andre in the building. Two strong names. All right, tell us representing as well. Bill Gates and the CDC gives approval of the distribution lab growing poultry. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that. That's on the list. He said, I have taken some time I have to take some time to email you. I'm a bit busy. Anytime, brother. Anytime, email me. In regards to the consultations, that's our email information as well. Or just email me if you have any other questions. Also, guys, Father of Many Nations is in the building representing those of many nations. All right. Mike T is representing always. We got let me make sure I get your name correctly. Atif. Hope I got that. Atif M. What's up? You're going to leave a list of foods to avoid in the United States? Yep, it's not even a void in the United States. Me personally, this list, I kid you not, this is not a list of dietary, hey, stay away from those foods. No. That's for all those other channels. We've already seen dietitians and exercise gurus tell us what foods we need in the United States, what foods we don't. I'm showing you this list to let you know, once you leave the United States, these are the foods you no longer got to deal with ever again. You ain't never got to worry about this type of poisonous food being put on a plate in front of you, which if your girlfriend in Colombia or your wife or your Venezuelan lady, or you're eating at a restaurant in Brazil, or you're in Greece and you're eating Greek food, you never had to worry about these types of ingredients or foods coming across your plate ever again the moment you decide to either travel outside the United States or live outside the United States. So yeah, that's the reason why I brought that up. My boy Chiz in the building. Me and Chiz was just hanging out a couple weeks ago. That's my dog right there. That's my hangout dog right there. DJ Chisel in the building. Support Love Crossing Borders, PayPal, thank you very much. And the Cash App. I appreciate you guys. Let me get the Cash App banner down. I think I still have it. Put the Cash App banner down there. There we go. Put the Cash App banner down there. Thanks, Stefano. Father Many Nations says, blessings, fam. Just had a 2-hour Spanish class. See, he owned it, man. I ain't mad at you, brother. I thought about you this week. That's what really pushed me to start getting on top of my studies. When you said that last week, 2 hours, and I've been studying for 30 minutes, I'm like, let me move my little 30 minutes on up. You said you announced that 2 hours last week. I was like, he's studying 2 hours. I said, come on, Dre, you can do more than 30 minutes. Come on, you live here. So yeah, thanks for being my motivation, brother. 2 hours of class ish, and got real with the homework. Eat fresh fish, rice, fruit, and drink agua. Absolutely correct. Let's scroll back up. Boom, doom, doom, doom. Okay, we did that. We got Island Boy. Oh, Black Haven is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Salute, Dre. The FDA just approved lab-grown meat. Man, what y'all see this list? Stefano's Love Crossing Borders. Make sure you guys subscribe to our Rumble too, because we're going to be adding Rumble to our list. Shout out to Facebook. I know you guys think I forget about you a lot of times, but I don't. Shout out to you, Facebook, and shout out to my man, homie in the building with my number one NBA player of all time, Kobe. While y'all sitting back, talk about LeBron, talking about Jordan, Bill Russell. That's my dude right there. I'm a Kobe man. Kobe Cole. I'm a Kobe man. Black Haven says salute. Yeah, I already went there. He said FDA approved grown meat for human consumption. Man, remember, FDA stands for Food and Drug Administration. So they approve the food that you eat and the drugs that you get. That's the crazy part. Matt Dollars representing in the building. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you're here. He said, thank you for that, Andre. Did y'all did you have that about my name? Or did you all that about my name, Andre? Yeah. That's what the name is. This for the name Andre. Absolutely correct. Your name, my name. Yeah, the name Andre. I hope I understood your statement. Did you all that about my name, Andre? See, I understood the first part. Charles says, speaking of your workout journey, I'm on my second week of the return to Brazil. Jiu-jitsu. You were telling me about that too earlier. I mean, I think you said it to me yesterday when we were talking, chopping it up. Jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. I'm not stopping until I get my black belt. Shout out to you, brother. That's what I'm talking about, man. See, this is what makes me so frustrated when other channels only focus on, well, Passport Bros only talk about women. All the stuff that you guys are talking about, everything from the courses that you take to the workout regimens to studying Spanish or other languages, they never want to talk about that, or even us talking about new foods. Deborah says, she said, lab food just approved this week to be sold in store. Wow, they getting that pushed out fast. Ugh. Once again, thanks, Father of Many Nations, for the $5 donation. The African Wolf. Hola, mi gente. My family. What's up, brother? That's my favorite YouTube name right there. Bill Gates says that he wants to vaccinate all animal food with a mystery juice. Yeah, that sounds like something Bill Gates want to do. That sounds just like something he wants to do. He says, Matt Dollar says that we've been getting a lab food for the past 40 years. Everyone, this is nothing new. It was a thing since the late 70s and early 80s. Wow. He said, ¿Qué tal mis hermanos? He said, okay, what? See, I didn't know. I forget what ¿Qué tal is. ¿Qué tal mis hermanos? Hermanos is my friends, and guy friends. And K is what? But tal, he got me on that one. You got me. Wade says, he said, yeah, man, you're right. He said, you definitely right, my man. I'm also sick and tired of American food as well. Man, I want to try Japanese snacks. That's what I want. I'm glad you brought that up. I think in one of the videos, we're going to be watching 2 videos today that's going to be talk about this. One from a young lady that's heavily into fitness. And she's a cutie too. And the other one is from a brother that actually is a doctor. And during his time of studies, he worked as an intern for the FDA. So we're going to hear from these 2 individuals. And I believe she talks about in her video snacks in Japan. Or I think either it was Japan or Australia. Abraham means father. Got it. And you're right, Abraham, father of many nations. That makes a lot of sense. Shout out to Art of Will being in the building. The man that's always on tour from YouTube channel to YouTube channel. He say, Brad, look who stepped in the room. I got you, brother. Todd, shout out to Todd being here. Peace. He say, check it in from Mexico. I love Mexico. My sister was just telling me yesterday that her and her wife are going to be heading down to Mexico. And so I was like, you guys are going to have some fun. So my man, African Wolf, sending in a $10 super chat. He said, keep it cooking. Keep cooking. All right, my man EMB is in the building as well. Make sure you subscribe to Mostly Money TV. We're actually doing pretty good with Mostly Money. I just dropped a video about 20 minutes ago on that channel, and it is our #1 video, right? Goodness gracious, it is killing it. Okay, blessings on blessings. Buenas noches, good evening to you, brethren, as well. Buenas noches, mi amigo, hermano. Todd says, Father of many nations' name must be Abraham. Absolutely correct. He called that one. Shout to Todd. I think I hit everybody, man. Dallas, African, except for Joseph. Hermano's his brother. Okay, thank you very much, brother. Thank you. And I thought about, I was thinking about amigo, but amigo means friend. So hermanos is, I was trying to think, and I was like, that sounds like something that's got to do with the family. So I'm getting there, fellas. I'm getting there. And I kid you not, it's at the point now, I'm gonna say something in all seriousness. I was talking to I'm going to be interviewing my doctor, and the brother asked me, he said, how long you been here? And I said, like 5 years, going on 6 years. And now it's getting to the point where I'm embarrassed to say it. I'm being honest. Because you've been here 6 years and you ain't got your Spanish down packed like you should have it. Come on, bruh. You need to stop. And I got to get past this because I'm tired of every time I say it, I'm embarrassed now. Shout out to Kenny Peoples in the building. I got to call you back also, Ken. All right, guys. You know how I always say, before we go to the topic, we got 38 people in the building. Make sure we got 38 likes. Before we go into the topic, you know how I always say, whenever you travel, you got to have your 5 C's with you. Your clothes, OVO, obvious. Your condoms, ladies, that includes you too. I always say a woman should never let a man have more condoms than she does. I mean, he does. Why do I say that? Because when you go to many countries, ladies, you got dudes that you may meet and you want to have that intimate moment. Do you really want to trust his condoms out of his wallet? Or do you want to trust the condoms that you brought? B, how do you know he gonna bring condoms? See, as long as you got condoms on deck, ladies, you good. Don't trust another man's condoms in another country, and make sure you always have condoms on deck. I know sometimes you want it raw dog, but he ain't your boo. You just on vacation. Remember that. So while you in Jamaica or in Portugal or here in Cartagena getting your little freak on, make sure, ladies, you pack your condoms. Number 3. So you got your condoms, you got your clothes, you got your cash. Bring some cash with you. Even if you bring card, bring a little bit of cash with you. Bring your common sense. You don't not leave your common sense at the airport. You don't have to. TSA takes a lot of stuff, but I've never heard of TSA saying, you got to take that common sense and leave it here. You can't bring it with you on this flight. Bring your common sense with you. And the last thing, men, ladies, for your perfume, but men, bring your colognes. Women in other countries wants to smell good. They love a man that have a nice aroma or air by himself. A lot of times a female will glance back at you just because you walk by smelling oh so delicioso. We're going to talk about the brand known as Creed tonight. You know, I've got my favorite, which is Central, the original Central. You see, I put that dent off in there. That smells really good. Yeah, let me try this one right now. I haven't put on any new cologne in the last 5 or 6 hours anyway. Oh man, that smells good. Okay. Then I have the Milestone Imperial, which is this is a safe Creed. This is like every man's Creed year round. It doesn't matter. It's a safe Creed cologne. I can say that easy. Right here, you got the Creed Himalaya. That's another safe one. Very safe to have with no problem. Those are just middle ground colognes. It's one of those colognes you just throw on. You can wear it in the gym. You can wear it at a club. You can wear it on a date. It's just a simple, real. It's like Blue Chanel, not in the sense, but in the sense of you can wear it everywhere. Also, the Grown Man Creed. This is from grown men. The Royal Oud. Royal oud is like if you're going to church or if you're going to work, you on your way to work, before you get to the office, you can put this on. Very grown manish. It's very no oud off in here. Just in case you want, don't go by the title. It reminds you more of a it reminds you more of like the Tom Ford oud. The oud wood, just a grown man scent. My favorite Creed, that Creed Virgin Island water that smells like pina colada. Soon, I love every time I open up this top. That rum and coconut. Bam! I mean, you can't miss it. The coconut is so strong and the rum is so strong. If you like pina colada, this is literally pina colada in a bottle. And I'm talking about if you're a dude that goes to Cartagena, there is no way in the world you are a Miami dude and you don't have this. Tampa dudes. If you live anywhere in Galveston, Texas, anywhere near a beach, you need to have this. I kid you not. It is the summertime cologne. It is so attractive to women, and yet at the same time, it is so masculine because that rum is so strong as well. I kid you not. But you don't smell like an alcoholic. It's definitely a cologne that makes you, it smells like cologne. However, we already know who the king is, right? Creed Aventus. Only one problem. For all you new Creed Aventus owners since 2018, you ain't never smelled Creed before. I'm gonna say that again. For all you guys and you ladies that have purchased for dudes, Creed Aventus since 2018 is trash. Trash, trash, trash. Does it still have that same undertone, that strength that Creed has? Does it still smell like Creed Aventus? Yes and no. Get you a 2017 batch. 2000, I'll give you, go to eBay. 2017, 16, all the way down to 2012. Creed started in 2011 with the Aventus. Now, Creed, the company's been around since the Civil War. I mean, the Revolutionary War. But Creed Aventus started in 2011. Here's the problem. Right around 2018, 2019, they sold the company. And they changed the batch. And they took the one thing out of it that sold it around the world, that made it king, the pineapple. These they want to charge you $350 since 2018, and they took what made Creed Aventus, the dang pineapples. $350. But I got you, bro. Here's what you do. That's a beast. This is the one that's the Club de Nuit Intense. That is the clone to this. $35, $350. $35, $350. This doesn't have the coconut either. But Dre, where do you get the coconut from? I just got it in, bruh. This is officially Andre's favorite cologne now. Rave Now. Rave Now. It's called Rave Now by Lattafa. 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 2 T's, 1 F. Lattafa. Rave Now. It is 1000% the coconut. I'm sorry, the pineapple. It doesn't die. It stays pineapple through and through. I haven't had, when I had a 2016 batch of this and broke it in the airport in my bag. And never smelled Creed Aventus in one bottle again. Because by the time I got another one, the batch was changed. You take this for $35, this for $35, and you put these two together because you layer them. What I usually do is this. I'll take my lotion, my hand lotion, put it in my hand, you know, like lotion, or your body lotion, squirt it right there, and I'll spray some of this in the lotion. And so now my lotion smells like Club de Nuit, intense man, right? Smells like this. This is my regular lotion, kid you not. Give myself about 15 minutes, let that cool down in my pores. Then I hit myself with the pineapple. Smells just like Creed 2006 from 2011 to 2016, and only paid $70. And I can wear these separately. So if I want to just have a strong burst of pineapple that Andrea loves, I can. If I want to just have the Creed formula, that's this one, nothing but the formula, I can. For $35. Do not waste your money. Keep your dudes. You know how much pay for play you could do for $350? You do know that, right? You know how many restaurants and brothels you can go off into, strip clubs you can, how many Roombas, how many parties you can go to, you know how many boat trips you can get in Colombia for $350? Do not, and I'm telling you guys, man, and if you think I'm lying, go online, do the research. They sold the company, I forgot the name of the company that bought Creed Aventus now, and they changed the freaking formula. And it does not smell like the Aventus of yore. It's completely different. So, get the Now. It's called Rave Now. You see it's Rave on one side. You see that? It's Now on the other side. Rave Now by Latafa. 2 T's. All right, enough of that. We about to get started with the topic at hand. Looks like I'm kind of freezing for a minute too. Oh no, I didn't. That was just me holding on. Okay, cool. Let me know if I'm freezing for a minute as well, guys. Yeah, Club de Nuit. Man intense. Or intense man. He said, if that's the case, that's why my Creed, he said, that's why you continually hype it. I don't want Diet Creed. Yeah. I mean, I would not buy, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I would not buy another bottle of Creed Aventus. It is not worth it. Even when it goes down on sale for like $175, because when you already smell the original formula and you know that pineapple comes out like boom, and that's what sold everybody on getting Creed Aventus, and they took it out, you like, man, F that. Let me go ahead and get this one for $35. Let me go ahead and get this one for $35. I spent $70 and I got the original formula in these two. Because you will not get the original Creed in here ever again. Ever again. You see how much of a dent I haven't put in here? Look at that. That's Creed Aventus, the king of colognes. And I haven't touched it. Now, look at that Virgin Island water. I put a dent in that. I've only had that for like a month. But let's get ready to get started. Yeah, Mont Blanc is a good one too. That's a really good one too. Mont Blanc Explorer. Yep. All right. Welcome to the Frag family. The Frag Con. Passport is in the building representing Mr. Persona himself. He said, I can't even breathe without paying $350 in this. Right. That's serious, man. It ain't worth it, man. He said, I just saw a 2016 bottle going for $1,000 for 4 ounces. I'm good. So you see what I'm saying, Charles? Charles just said, he said, I just saw a 2016 bottle, talking about Creed Aventus, going for $1,000. That's how much the formula is different. Man, if I know when I broke my bottle in the airport that bottle will be worth $1,000 plus, that bottle wouldn't have been with me in the airport. I kid you not. But enough of that. Let's get ready to get started on this. Steve's in the building. Andre, how much would you want for that Creed Aventus? You know what? I probably just keep it because it's a part of the collection. That's the only reason. If I would give this away if I didn't have a Creed collection. It's almost like you got the Creed collection and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Creeds and you don't got the Aventus. So it's almost like part of the collection. I went through my Silver Mountain water so fast. I got to buy another bottle of that. So yeah. So I'll probably end up with, in all, 7 bottles of Creed. But probably of all of them, 3, 4 are the ones I'll probably be wearing anyway. But yeah, I kid you not. Smell good, guys. Women in other countries as well as the United States love a man that's well-groomed, clean, and smelling good. And here's another tip for you guys that I keep. You guys probably wonder, what's that? I ordered these. These are little dispensers. So now I can keep these in my wallet. I mean, keep it in my pocket. Whenever it's been 5-6 hours, a fresh spray, bada bing, bada boom. I got them in gold. I got it in blue. This one right here, I keep my, and this one I keep, man. I forget which one I have in here. This one I keep no, this one is Silver Mountain water. No, this one is I forget which each one is. Don't give me the line. That's the funny part. Once I spray it, I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. But yeah, I have them in all type of colors. So I've got a whole container of them. So when I walk out the door, I just grab one and take it with me. Sometimes you at the club, you're like, man, I haven't put on cologne in a few hours. So you just take one of these. And they really inexpensive, man. I bought this set here. It was a set of 12. But the other 5 were like girly color. So I gave them to Andrea. So it was a set of 12. And they come in different colors. And so now, when I'm out and about, I could just refresh my smell good. All right. Let me know, guys, if I'm freezing tonight. He said, what up, Andre? Chat room. Andre tried to hit you up the other day. Shout out to my man, Red Sigma in the building. He said, just the fact that we can get food poison is the first world country. This is true. That's a good point. Let's get ready to get started with the videos. Let me turn this music down. As I mentioned, the first video is going to be from a young lady. Now we're talking about 12 different foods that are banned in the United States, just banned, that are legal. You can eat them in the United States, but they are illegal in other countries. And shout out to my man, Black Nubian. Them Canada boys at it again. They at it again, Mom. Yeah, this is a 5 mil. Yep, it's a 5 mil ENB. Yeah, those are called atomizers. Yep. Or the atomizers. Yep. I'm glad I got them, man. And they were only like, for 12, it was only like $10 for 12 of them. So like I said, they had the like pink and like hot yellow, hot pink. And so I gave those colors to Andrea. It was 5 of them, and I just kept the other 7. Okay, here we go. Let's get ready to get started with the video, guys. Let me turn this music down. and she's going to talk about foods that are just, can't eat them. I mean, they're illegal in other countries. And a lot of times, man, I mean, foods that are United States, quite often, many of these foods are illegal around the world. That's the crazy part. Let's get ready to get started. Let me turn this up. Let's go over here.
So before I get into this video, I do want to say a little bit of a disclaimer. Like I always say in all of my videos, I'm not a health professional. I'm not a nutritionist. Basically, anything that I share goes off of my own personal experience, as well as just research that I've done online. And I would suggest that you also do your own research as well. In this video, I am going to highlight some brands that use ingredients that are either banned completely in other countries or ingredients that have had scientific proof that they're not necessarily the best for you. Now, I do want to say I am not a super health freak. I'm not a super clean eater. And I have no type of food label on me. I am a person who loves food, all types, all flavors. I just like to be conscious of the things that I am putting into my body. So enough blabbing, enough disclaimering, even though it's not a word, enough warning. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the video. The first ingredient that I'm going to talk about is found in multiple foods and is banned in several countries, and it's high fructose corn syrup.
Now, even worse than sugar is this. Look how appetizing that is.
And that is?
This is high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, that's what it is.
Now, it's very sweet.
Yeah.
But it's not very good for you.
It's not good for you.
Because it blocks the ability of a chemical called leptin, which is the way your fat tells your brain it's
I'm
there.
full.
Exactly.
I'm full. Okay.
So you don't want to
have this is the thing that's blocking it, and so you just keep eating and eating until you're literally stuffed.
Right.
And with that being said, you can find high fructose corn syrup in Sara Lee's deli rolls. Kraft's Classic Catalina is advertised as a fat-free dressing.
We're going to pause right there for a split second. So they said the first thing is the corn syrup. Anytime you see something that says sugar-free, it's got corn syrup in it 9 times out of 10. Many of us have already known about the high fructose corn syrup for quite a while. And yes, and it's in almost everything in the States. That's the sad part. I walked down the aisle one day and I was trying to find something that didn't have it. I mean, it's in everything that's got anything that has any type of sweet undertone, from your cakes, your cookies, your sodas. It's in everything. And like they said, it's one of those things that blocks your ability to realize I'm full. I don't need to be eating anymore. One of the things that me and Kings and Dreams were talking about today is that in many countries, while United States use that white sugar, in many countries they still use a natural, for example, here in Colombia, they still use natural brown sugars, natural sugar cane. That's what they're using down here. So if you're going to have something that has sugar in it in South America, it is more natural. Even in Mexico, they have what's called Mexican Coca-Cola, because Mexico has said we'll take the Coca-Cola, but it's illegal to have that corn syrup in there. So they had to replace theirs. So Mexican Coca-Cola tastes completely different. I kid you not, guys. When I first got here, you know how I always mention this. When I opened my first bag of Doritos here in South America, I was blown away. It tastes nothing like Doritos in the United States. You know, us U.S. citizens, we'll kill some Doritos. Don't let a basketball or football game be on. But when it comes to that corn syrup, I'm telling you guys, I know it's hard to find something to eat that doesn't have it in there, but that's what it is. But like I said, this channel is not dedicated to helping you with your nutritional values while you're in the States. You're going to eat what you're going to eat. My position is just to encourage you and let you know that each one of these foods that they're going to be mentioning, you don't have to worry about when you leave the States. You will not see that corn syrup in a lot of countries. This is the funny part. The same company that can make the same ketchup in the United States and put corn syrup off in it will make the same ketchup in Europe, and it's only 4 ingredients. To where in the United States, they're allowed to put 20, 25 ingredients for the same ketchup. Yeah, it's crazy. He said, let me move this out of the way real quick. Let me move me out of the way real quick. There we go. He says, anything with aso at the end of, yeah, that's true. It's bad for you. That's absolutely correct. One of the many reasons why I use grade A maple syrup, grade A, when I have a sweet tooth. Good point. He said, yeah, I'm from Canada, is more strict about that stuff. It's crazy. And when you become an expat, you don't even think about stuff like that. You think everybody got the same foods. As soon as you see that salad dressing, that's the same Kraft salad dressing that we have at home. And you turn around the label and it's only like 4 ingredients. And you like, how they got Kraft salad dressing with only 4 ingredients? I'm used to my 25 to 30 ingredients on the back. I'm used to having stuff that I need to be the winner of the National Spelling Bee to understand. You know, I need my ingredients to have a suffix and a prefix. You see what I'm saying? I need my ingredients where I need a thesaurus to understand what my ingredients are. That's how it is in the States. But then you realize once you come to other countries, it's nothing like that. EMB says, he said, eggs in Colombia hits different versus the States. Absolutely. Hey, EMB, is it just me? Sometimes you get eggs in the cart. They still got feathers on them. They are so fresh, they still got feathers on the eggs. You're like, is that a feather? Fresh eggs. Fresh. Don't have to go into the cooler. Doesn't have to go into the freezer. Fresh sitting out there, just like the milk. Doesn't have to go into the cooler. Doesn't have to go into the freezer. Speaking of milk, let me show you guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a container of milk real quick. Let you guys see what the milk here in Colombia looks like. All right. Thank you for your patience. Eggs in Colombia. Regular egg. It's not like you got to go to Whole Foods to get it. It's just a regular egg. I have never seen and never had a white egg in Colombia. I don't know if EMB has ever had one. I've never had a white egg. They don't bleach their eggs in most countries. And most of their eggs are just sitting outside or sitting in a certain location on the shelves, but you don't get your eggs from a freezer like in the United States. The milk. This is milk right here. You just go to the counter and you can get them in 1 pack or 6-pack of milk. You just open it up, you just pour it in, you'll pour it into a container to put it in the refrigerator, or you just have a container where you could just slide this into a container and put it in the refrigerator, like a little, something that has a handle, and put it in the refrigerator. But all this it sits outside, or it sits like on a shelf. There is no, you got to go into that's the United States milk, man. That's United States milk. The rest of the world is not got to put everything in the freezer. That's or refrigerator. That's another reason why you kind of question, wait a minute, why am I? And I'd never known that milk come in a bag. But people in most countries don't get milk in cartons or crates like we do, or in gallon jugs. They just come in a bag. You just pour, like we have like a glass container that we use, like a big glass container that we just, whenever we get a bag of milk, we just pour it in there and just put it in the refrigerator. And the eggs, no extra cost. These are just regular eggs that's out there. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes it'll be a feather just still sticking on there. You're like, now that's a fresh egg. It's got feathers on it. All right. Thank you guys for your patience in regards to that. He said, I only need glass, no plastic. Yeah, he said I only use glass, no plastic. That's a good point. And down here in Colombia, a lot of places actually only use, when it comes to plastic, they only use like paper straws, like the thick paper straws as well. Yep. He said, I'm just clocking in. Look like I'm missing some good information. We just started a little while ago. He said, in Germany, I have different color eggshells. Yeah, that's true. Different color eggshells. And because it's so fresh. Because it's so fresh, it's so natural. I mean, he said, this is a good episode. He said, this is the type of show that haters don't want to talk about. They don't. They really don't. Let's get back to the video, guys. Shout out to my man, AD in the building, representing my Ezekiel bread. Went over $8 a loaf. Goodness gracious. And I know Ezekiel. I used to get Ezekiel bread. Goodness gracious. I remember when Ezekiel first came on the market too. It's almost like they want us to buy cheaper stuff.
I'm ready.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look amazing. Do me a favor, take some photos.
Okay.
Your girl looking good. She going out hanging out with the girls. Cheaper stuff and stuff that takes us out faster. Yes, it is. It's like almost as if, if you don't, it's almost like in the States, you got to pay to stay alive. Either you're going to pay on the medical end, when you get older, you're not healthy, so you got to pay for more medication, more doctor's appointments, or on this end, you got to pay for healthier foods. They make you pay for it. Alkaline water, make you pay for it. It's crazy, man. He said, yeah, we have, those in Canada, rare in Colombia. That's crazy, man. Crazy. I'm glad to see you guys in here too. Be safe tonight, Andrea. She just walked out too. I was going to tell her too. But let's get back to the video. Shout out to you, Charles.
Boldly printed with no artificial flavors and no added MSG. However, it does have high fructose corn syrup as the second dominant ingredient. High fructose corn syrup can literally be found everywhere, and it's even in your Heinz ketchup. And on top of that, it is the third dominant ingredient. But I know I've seen Heinz ketchup overseas traveling, so I decided to look on an online store in the UK and go to the Heinz ketchup, and absolutely no high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, see that?
The main reason you should give up high fructose corn syrup is this. It's a big red flag for very poor quality food. If you see it on the label, I guarantee you it's junk. It's processed food, it's processed salad dressing, processed ketchup, it's processed bread. I mean, you name it, it's everywhere. So if you see it on the label, put it back on the shelf. You really should not be consuming this food.
Oreos are another food product that contain high fructose corn syrup. And a little less obvious are these, quote, healthy looking English muffins. Jimmy Dean Delights are marketed to be made with whole grain, 17 grams of protein, and are only 260 calories. This simple 4-item breakfast has over 15 ingredients, and high fructose corn syrup is one of them. The Jimmy Dean sausage, egg, and cheese croissant is another simple item with a long list of ingredients, and high fructose corn syrup is one of them.
And this is driving most of the epidemic of heart disease, cancers, dementia, and of course diabetes. So this is the real driver. If we took one thing out of our food supply that would make the biggest difference, it would be high fructose corn syrup, because it's just in such a volume there. In fact, the average 20-ounce soda has 15 teaspoons of sugar, all high fructose corn syrup. The average kid has 2 of those a day.
Fruit Loops are advertised as a good source of fiber and are made with whole grain and natural fruit flavors. A lot of people say US cereal does taste really weird, but Fruit Loops can also be found in Australia, but they do use completely different ingredients. Here's a clip of Australians trying American cereal.
Guys, this tastes exactly like Fruit Loops. I don't know if you have them in America.
You think so? I'm not getting
I
Fruit
like
Loops.
Fruit Loops. Yeah, they're a bit more fruity than Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this is gonna be bad for you.
guys,
That
it smells.
artificial smell. Ooh.
Like that smell is like no other.
She said the smell of American Fruit Loops is like no other. Not the taste, just the smell. She hadn't even tasted it yet.
I don't know, man.
It's like an artificial like sugar that they must use in America that is weird.
It's
to me.
very vanilla-y.
Yeah, it's like. Cause I feel like if we just have normal sugar.
You guys are weird. You want weird sugar?
Fruit Loops contain artificial dye red 40, blue 1, yellow 6, and
That
BHT,
red
which
40
are
is
banned
bad
in many
for you.
countries.
Now, I bet many of you are wondering, what are artificial food dyes? Well, they are a set of chemicals that are added to our food to enhance the color and appearance. They are man-made, petroleum-based, and banned in many countries. They provide no nutritional value, and many have been linked to cancer.
So if Australia has Fruit Loops and they don't taste the same, what are the major differences? So I went on to an Australian online grocery store and I went to look up the ingredients. Fruit Loops in Australia do not contain any artificial dyes and they do not contain BHT to preserve the freshness. Lucky Charms, this was literally one of my favorite cereals and it's advertised to have whole grain as the first ingredient and the cereal is also gluten-free.
This looks super colourful. They're like fluoro. Surely that's like really artificial, right?
It looks like it's stale and like it's been sitting in the cupboard for ages.
That tastes so bad. Like not bad, but bad for you. That tastes like honestly
I don't like that.
such artificial like sugar and sweetness.
No, do you know what it just tastes like to me? I feel like it just tastes like how long has that been sitting in that bag? Those little marshmallows.
That's now notice, he made a statement that the guy made a statement. He said, when he looked at it, he said, this looks like these have been just sitting on the shelves. And then the one girl from a totally different group, she says, it tastes like it's been sitting around. We've been lied to. We have been lied to.
Like, I feel like they could be preserved for like 40 years.
I can say it's definitely not fresh.
She says
Definitely got a
it
lot
tastes
of
like it's
preservatives.
been
You know
preserved
what?
for 4
I love
years.
cereal, so I'll eat it all. Human goodness. Human diabetes. Nah, these are yum. These are actually really yum. These can't be good for you. Like there's colors in this I've never even seen before.
These are not good for you. That's okay.
Lucky Charms also contains artificial dye yellow 5 and 6, red 40, and blue 1.
Number 7 here, yellow number 5 and number 6. I want to read off some of the side effects here of yellow number 5. It's been linked to asthma, migraine headaches, thyroid cancer, anxiety, clinical depression, and skin inflammation over time. Wow. Again, when you're eating these cereals and different foods with yellow 5 and number 6, for you and your kids, stay completely away from those.
Quaker instant oatmeal blueberries and cream is advertised as heart healthy.
Not the blueberry
The long list of
Quakers.
ingredients for
Stop
oatmeal
this.
contains artificial dye blue 2 lake and red 40 lake. During my travels, I've definitely seen Quaker pretty much everywhere and I looked into the ingredients in Canada. Canada doesn't have the blueberries and cream, but they do have a berry instant oatmeal, which does not contain any artificial food dyes. Quaker in
Shout
France
out to
doesn't
Canada.
even have instant oatmeal as an option, but they do have a berry cereal, and the berry cereal does not have any artificial food dyes.
Many of these dyes have been removed from products in Europe.
The European Union now requires most foods containing 6 specific food dyes carry a warning label stating that the color may have an adverse effect on activity and attention.
Let's go back to that. I want to take a look at that again.
Not contain any artificial food dyes. Quaker in France doesn't even have instant oatmeal as an option, but they do have a berry cereal, and the berry cereal does not have any artificial food dyes.
Many of these dyes have been removed from products in Europe.
The European Union.
Now look at the U.S. macaroni and cheese and look at the European macaroni and cheese. Same company, the exact same company. And yet and still, one of ours look like it's yellow paint that you get on a wall when you want to paint somebody's wall. And theirs look like natural cheese. How cheese is supposed to look. That's the color of cheese in Colombia. You are not going to find too many yellow cheeses in Colombia. Most cheeses in South America actually are white. You'll get some imported in, like American cheese imported in, but most of them are white. And it's not even like, it doesn't even taste like American cheese, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like you have to go to the grocery store and purposely look for American cheese. Deborah says the grocery store I went to in DR didn't have frozen vegetables. No, you ain't gonna find that here in Colombia. No. You better go to that fruit section. Frozen food in South America means, oh, so you don't know how to cook? That's what that means. It does. It means like, oh, so you too lazy to cook? You don't know how to cook? Like they are like that with canned vegetables. Like they feel offended. Like canned beans or canned peas. Like you don't know how to cook your own fresh peas or beans. Shout out to Jay in the building. Yeah, I kid you not, it's the craziest things. Jemima says in Switzerland, I think that all their cheeses. Yeah, I'll think about that too. And I'm kind of excited about when we go to Europe to actually taste their cheeses over there too. So, but yeah, man, it's the craziest thing. Let's continue on to see the next one. I saw those M&Ms.
Now requires most foods containing 6 specific.
Man, look at the M&Ms. Frozen foods should only be used for reduction cooking. Yeah. Yep. Look at the M&Ms. It looks like it's been painted just right in the United States. They made sure they got the gloss on there just right. I never noticed that, man. I'm gonna have to look at M&Ms next time. Even the Snickers taste a little different here. Yeah, we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Absolutely correct, Black Scorpion. Shout out to Wade in the building. Real marshmallows supposed to taste delicious and feel real soft. Yes, this is true. Yeah, white cheese. Yeah. Yep, he said especially for what they use for Priest. Priest. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Shout out to Jay. Jay was saying, I'm looking forward to this live stream. Shout out to Jay. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jay Fleming's channel, man. Do not do yourself a disservice. And also subscribe. I'm going to put in the description. Make sure you subscribe to this young lady's channel. Her name is TheFindGuru. I'm about to put her channel in the link so you guys will be able to subscribe to her channel. Now, mind you, she's been doing YouTube a long time. She's at 770,000 subscribers. I ain't mad at her. So we're about to give her some more subscribers. So make sure you click the link and subscribe to her channel tonight. But let's continue on. Salute to you too, Jay.
Specific food dyes carry a warning label stating that the color may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children.
Artificial food dyes can also be found in Doritos for U.S. consumers. It contains yellow 6, yellow 5, and red 40. The UK also has Doritos, but the Dorito ingredients for UK consumers use paprika extract instead of artificial dyes. Hot Cheetos is another snack that is sold in other parts of the world, and the United States product contains red 40
Not
lake,
the Hot
yellow
Cheetos, my
6
favorite
lake,
fave.
yellow 6, and yellow 5. The Atlantic Superstore in Canada sells Hot Cheetos, and their ingredients do not contain any artificial dyes. Nutri-Grain strawberry bars are
Not the
whole grain.
Nutri-Grain.
They have more
That used to
quote
be my
unquote
one.
real fruit
So
and
soft.
absolutely no high fructose corn syrup. These were my favorite healthy breakfast go-to bars, but they also contain artificial dye red 40.
Wow.
On the box, it says more real fruit, but I'm really trying to understand, what does it mean to have more real fruit? I just don't understand what that means. But with all of that being said,
Meaning that they
the
didn't have that
blueberry
much real
flavor
fruit
for
from the
Nutri-Grain
get-go. Now you're gonna
also
get
has
more real
artificial
fruit.
dye, red 40 and blue 1. Special K Vanilla Almond was one of my favorite healthier cereal options. It's marketed to have whole grain, fiber, vitamin
haven't seen
D,
those
and
yet, Will.
folic acid. But
Shout out to you for the super
instead of
chat.
using an alternative to preserve the freshness, Special K uses BHT, which is a banned ingredient
Oh, the
in a
arepas.
lot of countries. Frosted Flakes
arepas.
is
I have
another
arepas
cereal
every
that
morning,
uses
so I should know that.
BHT as well.
HA and BHT are two more food additives that are raising
white
health
cheese.
concerns. They are preservatives used in cereal, baked goods, and snack foods. They're linked to cancer and banned in the UK and Japan.
Wheat thins are 100%
Not the
whole grain
wheat
and have no
thins.
artificial flavors or colors. The packaging material used to pack wheat thins contains BHT to preserve the freshness, although there are other options. Wheat thins can also be found in Canada, but the Canadian ingredients of wheat thins do not contain any BHT, and BHT is banned in countries like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and some parts of Europe. A lot of the ingredients used in these foods can be replaced, and the good part is a lot of the brands actually do listen to the consumers when they want a change. For example, Kraft changed their recipe for their ranch, and I'm sure that had a lot to do with a lot of the consumers wanting better ingredients. And Kraft mac and cheese used to be super infamous for having artificial dyes, and now they have changed their ingredients to no longer have dyes, no artificial flavors, and no preservatives. Alright guys, so that concludes my video. I hope this kind of opened some of your guys' eyes about certain things. I hope you guys are doing your own research and learning more about the food that you put in your body. And my intentions weren't to bash any brand or any person who eats things that, you know, I always used to eat when I was growing up. I do want to say once again, brands listen to their consumers, and if enough people are passionate about something not being in their food, they will make the changes. So hopefully this inspires you guys to also reach out to brands, sign petitions, and basically change our ingredients so that we're feeding our children, our friends, our family members, our mothers, our grandmas, ourselves, the best that we basically can put into our body. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next upload. Peace.
All right. That's just one of the videos that we're looking at. The next one's going to be a brother that's a doctor who used to do his internship for the FDA. So we're going to hear about the 12 foods that he's going to talk about. But yeah, guys, a lot of the foods that we consider in the United States, like, that's it. I love this food. This is my one right here. You find out that it is not the one globally. And once again, our platform is set up not to be for dietary purposes or to cause you to say, we're going to take all this food and burn it, but it's to let you know that your passports also gives you the option to be able to get access to foods, some of your favorite foods in other countries, and still enjoy them from a healthy perspective. Me and Kings and Dreams were talking, and I talked to a few other people, even Austin, when Austin first started traveling, and Austin started to notice how much weight he was losing and muscle he was gaining between exercise Oh, everybody told me to tell you bye.
What is it? Bye, everyone.
There you go. All right, sexy boo.
See you in a minute.
All right. Love you. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very American thing to just give you unhealthy foods, just give it out to you in the masses, focus on the profit and not the product. But just like she said, and I knew this, once you all start signing a lot of the petitions that are out there to change ingredients, they know that you want the product, but you just don't want that type of ingredients. They do change ingredients. I've seen that happen in the past. But a lot of times people either don't know that there are petitions out there, or they just don't sign the petition. So if the public doesn't say anything, the companies figure, hey, it's good, was good. If you don't say anything, you must like it. Shout out to my man Speak Spanish Now in the building, Profane. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel so you get your Spanish tighter than mine. Because when you come to South America, you definitely want to have your Spanish tight. Because I remember about a week ago, I'm coming from the gym. And usually when I come from the gym, I got my hoodie on, I got my workout gear on, and I'm walking. And I walk past this bad sister. And you know, it was work time. So she dressed professional as she wanted to be. She was jazzy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, for all those single brothers that don't have their Spanish down pat, if those moments come, you gonna miss out. You gonna miss out. I kid you not. I thought about you brothers and I was like, yeah, have your Spanish down pat, because you do not want something gorgeous like that to walk in and out. But me personally, I would have said something anyway. Shout out to Rye in the building, representing. He said, grow your own food. True, 'tis true. Buy veggies from a local market, yes. And support the little people and eat healthier. That is what I used to do in Florida. I was a very, very much into farmers markets. Very much so into farmers markets. And I would actually support the local farmers markets because I would get more and I would get healthier. I'll give you a perfect example. A lot of people will go to Walmart and get the bananas because they're yellow and they're beautiful. You don't realize what they've done to those bananas in Walmart to get them that color. When you go to the farmers markets and you see the bananas and they've got the little brown dots on you, like, that don't look healthy. That's nothing but sugar. That's nothing but the banana producing 100% sugar. It's way better for you than the banana that you got at Walmart. But a lot of people who don't go to farmers markets don't know that. Boy, I smell good today. Whew. That smells good. Charles says, I remember the hostel that I was staying at in Rome, and had a barbecue back in 2010, and they threw some chicken on the grill. Man, when I tell you, I immediately noticed how fresh it was on the first bite, or from the first bite. Damn. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. The brother that we're going to be looking at right now, he's going to discuss that American chicken. Is American chicken legal or illegal in most countries? Let's find out. Let's go to the next video. Shout out to Charles. He said, Dre, you gotta start one Spanish word per stream. That's a good challenge. That's a good challenge. One word in Espanol per stream. Okay, good deal. I'll do that one. My word of the stream for myself. Sometimes, and not words that I already know. Porque? Okay, sometimes something from Colombia. Colombianos. Yeah, I do have to get that. You're absolutely correct. It's time for me to really hit it hard. All right, he says, Wade says, he said, it's time for me to leave America. when I'm on my own. They are trying to kill us, man. They don't want us to eat healthy. They do not want you to eat healthy way. That's one thing America is determined. They're all about. What do I always mention, guys? What do I always say? America was never set up to be a country, but a corporation. Name one era from the Revolutionary War, prior to the Revolutionary War. America was set up to come over and find out how they could dominate the land and make, and London can make, and England can make profit from it, right? Corporation. Then when America finally fought for its rights, the only reason to start fighting for its rights, it was making profit as a corporation. It wasn't a country yet. It was mad because they weren't getting fair representation, but they were paying taxes. So we're paying taxes over to London. We're making a profit, but we don't get any representation, any rights as a country. So that's when the beef kicked in. But notice one thing that never changed. America as a corporation. When Russia could no longer supply the world with its cotton, America and the world was looking around like, where can we go to get cotton? And America said, we'll do it. This little old country, brand new, we'll do it. And America took over the cotton industry. Then in the future, it was oil and whatever it may be that America has always supplied. But at the end of the day, America is a corporation. If you treat America like foreigners do, I'm gonna say this again. If Americans started treating America the way foreigners that come to America treat America, most Americans would be rich by now. Most Americans will at least be well off, because a lot of foreigners come over to America and they grind because they treat it for what it is. They got their own country. They got a home country. They come to America for jobs, education, opportunities, so forth. Treat America for what it is, guys. It is not a country. It has never been established to be a country. It is established for business. It's a corporation. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to repeat this. Some guys may take it in a negative sense. It's not. America is all about the profit, the mighty dollar. That's why, full circle, they feed us the way that they do, because they do not feed us like we're a country. They feed us like we are cattle. They feed us like we are consumers and worker bees, just to give us enough strength to get up in the morning to go to work again. That's all they want to make sure of. Can you keep the profit machine of this corporation going? We'll give you enough food that's healthy enough to keep you going. And when you die off, we got enough of this type of food to keep the next generation going. That's all America is. Make your money in the corporation. Use your passport to find your country. That's what foreigners do. They come to America for good 20, 30 years, don't they? Grind, get your education, start a career, become famous, write a book, whatever they got to do. Grind. They treat it like a corporation. Once or twice a year, they'll go back home to their own country to visit Germany, to visit Colombia, to visit whatever the home country is. And when they get done at age 50, 60, 70 years old, what do? They stay in America? Hell no. They go right back home to their home what? Country. Treat it like that. Get your money, get your paper, and then go find you a country. That's what I did, and that's what a lot of other brothers are doing, and a lot of ladies. I got a lady that I want to interview in a couple of weeks. This sister moved to I forgot what part of Africa she moved to, and a really nice YouTuber too. And but the ladies are out here realizing they make their money and they're leaving. And it's not about I don't like black men, I don't like white men. It's about they don't like the system, just like we don't like the system. So they treat it for what it is. It's a corporation, not a country. And anybody that tries to convince you that America is a country, give me 15 reasons why you convince 10 reasons to say this a country, and I give you 30 reasons why it's a corporation. Because that's what it is. And there's nothing wrong with America being a corporation. I love it for being a corporation. But I knew to leave, like Peter, I knew to leave when I was looking for a country. Yeah, your health is your wealth. Absolutely correct, Pete. He says, Andre, the passport brother, I can relate. Financial health, he says, or money, in other words, social wealth, status, physical health, physical wealth, health, and time, which is your freedom. Thinking out of the box. Absolutely correct, man. He just laid the whole format down for you. Once you get yourself physically wealth, your social wealth, your physical wealth, and your financial wealth, and your time, you're good. That's the time to use your passport and move forward. Shout out to Drew in the building. Drew says, I have a lot of foreign people come to America. He said, I see a lot of foreign people come to America, get homes, cars, and schools, schooling for free. Absolutely correct. No hate. I just think that each American should get a leg up. I agree with you 100%, brother. I kid you not. I see it all the time. I don't think it's fair. Actually, one of the things that I'm going to start doing, I want to find out if America has all those benefits for foreigners when they come. I'm going to try to find out for me, what benefits do I get, if any? You know, I might not get none for being here in South America. Maybe Colombia has some blessings like America has for foreigners. Maybe they got some for me, but I just don't know about them yet. So my plan is to research and find out if some of those benefits are the same for me or foreigners here in South America. Because you're right. Person come to America, they get all type of loans and grants and schooling, and yeah, that's true. Artie Will says, he said, when they opened the Pandora box, she came out a single mother. This is true. So true. Shout out for the super chat, Artie Will in the building. Yeah, this is so true. So many single mothers in the States. It's not even that many single fathers. But that is a lot of single mothers. Ugh. But let's continue on with talking about the food. We're about to go to the next video, guys.
Drugs
let's get ready to get started.
Are approved and to go into the medical.
Okay, now, guys, this is the gentleman that I was telling you about, that he's a doctor. I'm going to put his video, I'm going to put his YouTube channel, DrBobbyPrice. And his internship was with the FDA. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. He's got like 170,000 subscribers. Really good information on health in the United States. And so I kind of fast forward the video past the FDA, and he tell a little bit about his history. But he's going to start talking about 12 foods that are illegal around the world that are American foods.
Industry. What foods are approved, to go into the food industry? They're in charge of that. And so if they are, and the job is not being done at a level that protects us, then we have to protect ourselves. Okay, so we're going to dive into those 12 foods today. Again, many of these are going to be mind-blowing moments for you, but the same way as a chemist turned herbalist and plant-based nutritionist, the same way I had to learn the difference between unnatural chemistry and organic living chemistry. There's a huge difference, and they're not supposed to mix, and that's why these foods are on the list. Okay, so number one, and this is in no order of priority or toxicity. Number one, citrus sodas and Gatorade. And why? Because they contain a compound called BVO, or brominated vegetable oil. Okay, and this is very toxic to our health. We'll find them in things like
citrus and Gatorade.
So quite often what you'll notice is that these products, if you see them in another country, that the company has literally removed the BVO, the brominated vegetable oil, from the product, and now it's a healthier version of that. Okay, we see that with the.
We're talking about the vegetable oil that they use, that they put off into these.
Everybody's heard of like a Mexican Coca-Cola. Okay, it's called that simply because they removed the high fructose corn syrup, which is detrimental to our health, and put in a quote unquote natural sugar. Okay, so number one, citrus sodas and also Gatorade. Now imagine that, Gatorade, we give this to athletes. They drink it during the game, during halftime, while training, and they're drinking this compound, is basically you can call it. Unfortunately, that is detrimental to the health, okay? And number two is maraschino cherries, okay? Now, why is that important? Because you would think that this is a fruit and that life is sweet and everybody wants a cherry on top. But the unfortunate thing about maraschino cherries is that the reason why they're so red, is because they add a dye to it. And that dye is called red number 40. And that red number 40 is highly allergenic and highly toxic to our gut health, okay? So next time you're having a banana split or having, a cake and you see those cherries on top, that's exactly what that is.
This is the second time we heard about that red dye number 40.
3, U.S. pork. U.S. pork, because the unfortunate thing is that for these animals, in their animal feed, they put a compound known as ractopamine. Okay, and ractopamine is not only detrimental to the health of the pig, but it's also detrimental to the person that eats it as well too. And as a result of this, 160 countries have banned U.S. pork. Okay,
don't let that slide by. Don't let that slide by, guys. 160 countries. Now there's only like 225 in all. 160 countries said, hell no, we are not giving your pork to our people. You will not see American pork on the grill here in whatever country. You can't even get that pork away in Antarctica, in the Arctic. You can't get that pork away in Germany, New Zealand, Colombia. There's got to be some countries that's doing real bad to take on American pork. That's how bad. Tomorrow morning, all your ribs that you plan on cooking this weekend. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, all your bacon. And then when you go, once you get to the munchies tonight, and you want to get you a bacon burger. Yeah, that we're talking about that pork. Yeah, that pork right there. Your hot dogs, your bologna sandwiches. Yeah, that don't nobody want to eat that mess. Nobody in the world. I'll say it again. 160 plus countries. You might as well say don't nobody in the world want to eat that pork except another starving country. America is first world. Why is it feeding you third world food? Can you answer that one for me? First world country feeding you third world food. Let's continue on.
I want you to think about that for a second. Not one, not two, not 50, 160 countries have banned U.S. pork. They can't even import it into their countries, okay? All right, number 4. Number 4 is U.S. corn, okay? U.S. corn, why? Because somewhere between 90 and 98% of all U.S. corn is genetically modified. That's one. Which means that if it's genetically modified, it's going to be heavily sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. And one of those is called atrazine. And atrazine is an endocrine disruptor. And specifically, it sort of disrupts the endocrine system and increases estrogen in the body, which could lead to a lot of the reproductive cancers that we're seeing exploding in both men and women. In women, we're seeing breast cancer explode to exponential levels, and also cervical and ovarian cancer. In men, prostate cancers, okay? And most of the foods are sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, insecticides. And atrazine is the second most used pesticide after glyphosate. Okay,
yeah, he's talking about
and
corn.
So it's so important that
pesticides that they spray on corn and a lot of vegetables in the United States.
Is on this list because it's genetically modified and it's sprayed with a chemical that disrupts your endocrine system and can lead to cancer. Okay. Number 5 is prepackaged ground beef. okay? The ground beef that you would make like a hamburger with. And why? Because with this ground beef, they use a filler in it, and that filler is called pink slime, okay? Pink slime filler. And I didn't make that word up for myself. Pink slime filler. And the reason why that's so dangerous is because that pink slime filler is treated with ammonia gas, okay? Not making that up either. Treated with ammonia gas. So as a result, prepackaged ground beef from the US is banned in other countries, okay? Number 6, farm-raised fish and salmon, okay?
All right, they hit my fish and salmon.
Because the unfortunate thing is when they're farm-raised, they are fed a chemical cocktail of methyl mercury, dioxin, and antibiotics, okay? Now, I know what you're thinking, well, thank God I bought a wild-caught salmon. Well, the unfortunate thing is that, you know, many of the products that you think are wild-caught aren't actually wild-caught. And the best way I can explain that to you is I do a class with my membership program, Tribe Healing Community. And when I'm doing this this class with them, we do a reading food labels class. And one of the things that I tell them is that the front of the label on any food product, that is just hype, you know, like that's to get you excited. It doesn't mean, most of it doesn't mean anything. And what I mean by that is many of the labels that they put on the front, like all natural, is not regulated. And as a result, you may be thinking that you're getting something all natural, but that's actually not a label that is regulated. You take something like USDA organic, that's a regulated label. Now, albeit most of the brands still take advantage of that because USDA organic still means that only 80% has to be organic and 20% can still be whatever, okay? But the point I'm trying to make here is that a lot of times when you're thinking you're getting something like grass-fed, that animal may have been grass-fed, but it wasn't raised grass-fed, meaning it was born into a livestocking farm where the animals were literally shoulder to shoulder, and they were fed genetically modified corn and soy, and then they took that animal at a certain age and then put it on the green pasture, let's say for 2 months. That's grass-fed.
Did y'all catch that? Whenever you see your grass-fed or natural, when they sit back, they try to raise the price and say, well, this food or this chicken was grass-fed or this cattle was grass-fed. You see how he broke that down? He said, yeah, for 2 months, but most of the animal's life, it was eating that same genetically modified food that a lot of individuals know that's not healthy for you. And like I said, I know tomorrow morning y'all gonna fire up the grill and make some burgers and some hot dogs for yourself and the family. I'm not talking about that. Like I said, I'm not here to cause you to say, let me empty the cupboards. I'm here to let you know that your passport will also give you the option to healthier foods. I kid you not, Andrea's best friend. I'm going to come to that, ENB. That's another thing too. Lobsters, crab that you see in different, you know, your red lobsters, all that. The sodium level is so high. Dude, take it from me. The sodium level is crazy high. And the sodium, the more sodium you get in your system, the harder it is to lose weight because sodium holds water. Salt holds water. And I mean a lot of water. So the less salt and sodium that's going into your body, the more you have the ability to lose that extra weight. And that's why a lot of times when people come to Colombia or South America, they find themselves just automatically losing weight just from the fact that people in South America don't use as much salt. They use natural ingredients. You eat your fish and you be smashing, and no salt is nowhere on your fish, nowhere in your vegetables, nowhere in your beans, no salt anywhere, no sodium anywhere. And all of a sudden your body knows how to just shed that extra water, and you're like, man, I'm losing weight down here. But on the opposite end, Andrea's best friend went to the United States. The sister was invited to Washington, D.C. to be a spokesperson for Afro-Colombian women, because she's a news reporter. She has her own television shows and everything, and to speak or represent Afro-Colombian women, right? Well, she got caught over there for COVID. She went, she did a presentation, and by the time she was getting ready to come back, they had shut down all the airports. So she ended up staying the whole dude. She had put on weight. I didn't even recognize her. It was like a beach photo that she sent to Andrea. And I was like, is that our girl? And she was like, yeah, that's her. Just eating American food, not gorging, not just eating American food with all the extra salts and sodium. We're talking about somebody that was sexy slender. Put that weight on like that. I was like, dang, girl. Yeah, she said, I need to get back. And she said, I need to get back home to Colombia. I mean, she back now, but she was like, man, I need to get back home to Colombia because this American food is not agreeing with me. MB said he gained weight in Colombia. I ain't mad at you. That's because you was eating good. You was eating good. They say swordfish at the point. It says at the point, especially if it's grilled right. Oh wow, I've had swordfish before. Swordfish has a height. I did know that. That I did know, and I had swordfish when I was in the States because it's a predatory fish. Yep, absolutely. Let's go on to the next one. But yeah, guys, you got to realize that your chicken, your beef, your pork in the United States. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's not right.
Okay, so don't be tricked by the front of the label is what I'm trying to say. All right, but yes, farm raised fish and salmon fed a chemical cocktail that is composed of methyl mercury, which is why so many people are starting to have mercury toxicity, dioxins, and antibiotics. Okay, number 7, cereal brand. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because many of the cereals that are banned in other countries, many of these cereals, our children wake up every morning and eat. Okay, wake up every morning and eat. And so many of these cereals, unfortunately, are banned in other countries. I'll give you a few examples. Fruit Loops, banned in other countries because it contains yellow number 5 and red number 40 that I mentioned earlier. Okay, banned in other countries. Now, they're not banning this because it's not natural. They're banning this, again, you have to remember what I mentioned at the beginning. If you were to be banned in another country, in multiple countries at that, you would really have to do something pretty bad. Okay, so just trust me when I say, when you start to look up what yellow number 5 and red number 40 and other dyes similar to them do to our health, then you'll understand why it's so unhealthy, not only for our children, but for us as well too, okay? Frosted Flakes, and also honey bunches of oats. Now you would think to yourself, honey and bunches of oats, that sounds like a good combination. Even on the front of the box, it looks like it's a healthy thing. But the unfortunate thing is that these particular sugars or cereals, because cereals quite often are laced with sugar, they also are laced with BHT, which is butylated hydroxytoluene, okay, which is very unhealthy for our health as well too. So now you're adding the combination of tons of sugar, tons of unhealthy, unnatural sugar. You add in the dyes that they're adding in there, and then the preservative BHT, and now you start to see like where all of these food chemicals are coming from. And so again, it's another chemical soup, you know, when you're eating these you know, foods as well, or cereals in this case. So that's number 7. Number 8, US milk and most of our dairy is banned in other countries. Okay, why? Because these dairy cows are injected with what's called recombinant bovine growth hormone. Now here's the thing, drinking cow's milk by itself, I did a previous video, so make sure you go check that out. It's important to understand that cow's milk is baby formula for a baby cow, okay? That, and I'm calling it a formula, even the natural, unpasteurized raw form of it. It is formula to take a baby cow that weighs 100 pounds. Now think about that now. When a human baby comes out, it weighs 6 pounds, okay? It's designed to take 100-pound cow and turn it into a 800 to 1,000-pound cow in like a year from that date, you know, a year or two from that date, okay? The hormones in that milk is very different from the hormones in the composition of breast milk from a human, okay? So that's why, whenever I say this, people say, well, I get my milk organic and blah, 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 but it's important to understand that it is growth formula for a baby cow, and no cow, no mammal for that purpose drinks milk after infancy. No monkeys do it, no goats do it, no cows do it. No other mammals on the planet drink milk after infancy. None of them. We're the only ones that do it, okay? And so on top of that, as I mentioned before, dairy milk is injected with this recombinant bovine growth hormone, and as a result, it is very not only toxic to our health, but it is banned in all of the European Union, which is 44 countries by itself, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and also Canada. Okay, so just think about that, okay? Banned in all of those countries, okay? Number 9, this is the one you're probably gonna come for me for, but I'm gonna explain myself and then you do your own research. US chicken. US chicken is banned in the entire European Union, again, which is 44 countries have banned it. And here's why. Because US chicken is washed with chlorine, okay? The same kind of chlorine that when you're jumping in a lot of the pools today, the same kind of chlorine that is treated in the municipal tap water today.
The same chlorine that's in Flint water, the same chlorine that they found in some of the cities in New Jersey that wasn't good. Same chlorine that you find when you go to a water park and you jump in and you slide down into the water and somebody done peed in the pool, but the chlorine keeps it clean. That is the same, literally. I want you guys to kind of like think about this. That is literally, at least the chlorine that's in a swimming pool is like, what, the pool is like 98% water, 2%, 3 to 5% chlorine. But they are literally taking your chicken, the chicken bone that you like to eat and just enjoy, the barbecue chicken that's falling off the bone, your favorite chicken spot, buffalo wings and curls. They literally, that chicken, I'm about to go there. That same chicken that y'all enjoy at Chick-fil-A's, that y'all was standing in line for, and y'all cars were parked down the street for a Chick-fil-A sandwich. The same chicken that you get in your chicken nuggets and chicken tenders. The same chicken that's the KFC chicken that y'all sit back and y'all eat just day in, day out. The same chicken that used to be called Kentucky Fried Chicken. The exact same chicken. Anybody that's ever had healthy, natural, farm-raised chicken that your grandmama or grandfather ever raised, and they raised it with their own corn and everything, it tastes, I'll never forget. I went to Tennessee to visit my grandma. My mom used to send me down there every summer to spend time with my dad's family. And I remember the first time that I saw them take a chicken, snap the neck, take the feathers off, put it in a pot and cook it. That was the best to this day. To this day, it was like chicken crack. You know how they say with crack, the first hit, a crackhead is usually trying to chase that first high. That's how I am when it came to chicken. You know, I'm a pescatarian now, but for the last 30, 40 years. But I was looking for that chicken taste from my grandmother's farm in Tennessee. and never got it again, except for when I went to her farm, because she raised that chicken and she knew what type of corn was going off into it. But I kid you not. So when Charles talked about the chicken in Germany, the barbecue, I knew exactly what he was talking about. I can relate to that feeling of knowing that, or discovering the difference between chicken that's in the grocery stores and chicken that's raised on our family members' farms. And so do realize, man, when he says that the chicken that you're getting, that you're eating, is illegal. You can't sneak, dude, you can't sneak a pack of chicken. TSA will take your chicken in other countries. Customs will stop you and ask you, why the hell you trying to bring American chicken into our country? You will be locked up like that, like the female basketball player was locked up in Russia because you tried to get in a drumstick from the United States. I'm saying that type of illegal. I'm talking about you got to smother it into the United States. I mean, from into another country. You cannot smuggle it. That's the word I'm looking for. Smuggle it into the United States. I mean, from the United States. Nobody wants that chicken. No country wants y'all chicken. I mean, when you go to your freezer, when you leave this live stream, you walk to your freezer, you go look at your chicken and pull it out and realize the rest of the world is looking at your chicken like, hell no. United States makes up 4% of the world's population. Our little 400 million people, only 4% of the 8 billion people on the planet. Almost 7-something billion, almost 7.5 billion people have said, hell no, I ain't eating that nasty. And Americans will walk right to their freezer today and gobble down and tomorrow afternoon on your lunch break, you go on to Chick-fil-A and Church's Chicken and Popeye's Chicken. And we already knew since we was kids something was wrong with Popeye's, with Church's Chicken, because Church's Chicken was like this. And you like, how to do, when I was a teenager, Church's Chicken breast was big as my hand. And you looking like, what the hell? How is a chicken the size of a small soccer ball? You could get a 2-piece at Church's Chicken, which was like a 9-piece at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Church's Chicken, you knew something was wrong with that. You say, how much chicken skin is on this chicken? This chicken got the most skin I have ever seen. This chicken, anytime you got a chicken breast that got more skin on it than you, and the largest organism, or the largest organ on the human body is our skin. Anytime you looking at a chicken breast and it's got more skin on it than you got, you looking like, what the hell? But we ate it because we thought it was a come up. Remember, we thought eating a bigger piece of chicken, the big piece of chicken, was the come up. Like, why go to Kentucky Fried Chicken with the regular size chicken? I can get a big piece of Church's Chicken. Love that chicken for Popeyes. Now they got you hooked on the theme music, and you just going in there, just hop, skipping, and jump, eating that nasty ass chlorine cleaned chicken. Chlorine, the same chlorine that couldn't clean Flint water, to where Flint needed bottled water to be shipped in from across the country because the chlorine could not keep the water clean in Flint. In small towns in New Jersey and Akron, Ohio, the water was horrible and chlorine couldn't even clean it. And fluoride couldn't do it either. But when it come to your chicken from the FDA, y'all sitting up there eating that oh no, bro. Nah. Eating chicken in the United States is like eating some bad coochie. Like, something wrong with this coochie. I shouldn't be eating this, should I? I shouldn't be eating that. I should not just be It's just I'm not eating that coochie tonight. It's just your pH balance is way off, girl. It's just it ain't even balanced. That's how it is to be eating chicken in the United States. Y'all some nasty. Y'all freaks. Y'all want to call me a freak. Y'all freaky. Let me eat this chicken. Look at me. This chlorine. You might as well take your chicken, instead of dipping it in barbecue sauce, you can dip your chicken in swimming pool and it'll still taste like the same damn chicken. You can take your chicken and just have a piece of chicken while you going down a water slide at the water park and slide down and eat the chicken, and it'll still taste like the same dang chicken after you fried it. So much damn chlorine. You can take your chicken, instead of running it and cleaning it before you cook it, you can run it under the chlorine and fluoride that you got in the water in your sink after. It is still gonna taste like the same dang chicken. That chicken cannot be watered down because it was clean with the same stuff that you use to clean water. Do you not realize what you do, man? And y'all wonder why we got passports. People in the United States wonder why we got passports and why dudes feel younger and energetic. You looking at young Austin Holloman, he just getting dressed up and looking all good and fly. And y'all see me at 55, and every time I go to the doctor, they looking at me like I'm some type of damn 55-year-old superhero that Marvel comic books drew. And in the United States, I be thinking to myself, like, if I was still in the States, I'd be a fat, out of shape orca whale looking, just looking bad, breathing all hard like I'm Biggie. I love you when you call me Big Pop. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Y'all looking at y'all passports just to come for vacation and just to come for some pay-for-play for some coochie? Bruh, that's cool. But I'm telling you, you need to come use your passport just so you can get a healthy goddamn meal. Just so you can say one time in your life you ate a healthy meal. One time. Goodness gracious. You got to ask us, anytime you live in a country, you got to think back on when was the last time you had something nutritious. Now, wait a minute. When was the last time I had something nutritious? Well, I only, no. Well, Whole Foods, no. You can't put Whole Foods out there. You can't put your veggie burgers out there. No. No. You can't put your near beer or your near what's the beef. It's like near meat or new meat, whatever it's called that they selling out there. It ain't beef, but it's something beef-ish. Yeah. I'm telling y'all ain't had nothing nutritious a day in your. Some of y'all ain't had nothing nutritious a day in your life. You looking like the last time I had. They might as well still be giving y'all those. Remember back in the day, the government cheese with the hard block. It was like it wouldn't melt no matter how much you cut it. Yeah, the Impossible meat. Thank you, brother. No matter how much you cut it and you put it on your burger, and you can't melt that cheese. It's the same type of cheese that's out there. Same cheese in the United States. Ain't no. You try to put your United States eggs and just let them sit out there without putting them in the refrigerator if you want to, like we do in Colombia. You just let them sit there. Go ahead, get you some milk and go ahead and try to sit it out there. Put a gallon of milk in the United States and let it sit out there. Like I could just let this sit out here. The whole live stream, our milk been sitting out here. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Go ahead. I dare you take a gallon of milk from the United States, take it out your refrigerator and just let it sit there overnight and see what you got in the morning. Man, if y'all don't start using y'all passports to get a healthy goddamn meal, even if you come to another country and you snacking, at least you get to snack a little healthier. God dang. It is uncalled for how they do us, man. They are out for the profit. They are out to get that mighty dollar. They will kill us for $1. That's what I'm saying. They are willing to put our lives at stake. But here's the kicker. You ready? They want to get the money on both ends. Why profit on one end? We can profit on both ends of your life. While you're younger, I can get you to eat this bullshit. I can get you to eat all this unhealthy bullshit, right? And then as you get older, your body is starting to tear down because you've been eating this unhealthy. Now I can sell you the medications. I can sell you these expensive surgeries. I can have you with these outlandish co-pays. I can have you sit up there. Oh, you fat? We got all the P90X programs out here. We got everything that you need. So everything on the back end they get you. Nursing homes making money because our family members and our loved ones have gotten dementia or Alzheimer's because of some of the mess that they have been putting off in some of these foods. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in other countries, but what I'm saying is by numbers, it's not happening as rapidly as the United States. So they give you on both ends. They give you on the unhealthy foods, and then when the unhealthy foods start tearing your body down, then they got you on the other end with the exercise regimens, the gym memberships. They making money. The doctors are making money. The medical field in big pharma, the pharmaceuticals, they killing y'all. They got medication, dude, that you can get for pennies over the counter here in South America, and you pay $75 a pill for the exact same pill that's 75 cents here. Literally. Like, bruh, what? Man, please, if y'all don't start using them passports, I would use my passport once a month just like to have a healthy ass meal. I'd be like, you know what? I'm about to fly to Panama. Why? You got a little female down there? Hell no. I'm about to just go have a healthy meal. I just want to taste a whole meal that tastes like real food, not like the food that you gotta have. Y'all gotta have Lori seasoning salt. Y'all gotta have Mrs. Fields with all her seasonings. You gotta have paprika. You gotta have all that for that food in the United States. You gotta season all that. You gotta make sure your barbecue sauce is not just like a regular barbecue sauce. You gotta make sure your barbecue sauce is bionic to make sure that it can overcome that bullshit that y'all eat. So you put the barbecue sauce on there thick than a mother, because that barbecue sauce and the syrup that's in the sauce and the brown sugar that's off in the sauce can mask. Because that's what we do in American food. We mask what it actually tastes like. That's why we put salt on every dang thing, pepper on everything, paprika and hot sauce and everything. Because we mask it. And then you come to another country and they feed you. And the first thing y'all gonna say when y'all get to Medellin, this food is bland. No, it's real mother food. Food is real food. You just don't recognize real food when you go to other countries. You sit back like, oh, this is bland. This don't taste. What is this? I'm about to choke on this healthiness. This is not me. I've heard some of you dudes come to Colombia and Brazil and complain about the fact that you don't see salt on the table. And if it is salt on the table, it ain't like your salt. It's like salt-ish. It's fake salt. Some of y'all come here and be wondering like, why they ain't put no Lowry seasoning salt on it? Everything in the States gotta be covered up, man. Don't you realize? You gotta lie to your taste buds. We talked about lying to ourselves in the States in some past episodes. You gotta lie to your taste buds. You gotta look at your taste buds and be like, you know I'm about to tell you a barefaced lie. Well, what lie you about to tell me, sir? And you tell your taste buds, I'm gonna tell you that this food is healthy, but I'm about to put all type of stuff on it to make it seem like it's healthy. Because if I let you eat this chicken like a regular chicken, your taste buds gonna be like, what the is this? What is, your taste buds gonna be like, ugh. And you wonder why half the time after you eat half of that American food, you can't do nothing to get rid of that bad breath. You like, why does my breath smell like broccoli and I ain't had broccoli in months? You wonder why something is wrong with this bacon. How come my breath smell like wet paint? What is wrong? What's wrong with this macaroni and cheese? How come my breath smell like beaver fart? Just a beaver just farted in my mouth. Why is beaver breath just bad beaver breath? That's because you eating that. I'm serious. I know I'm coming with the hilarity, but I'm so serious, man. In the United States, man, use your passport, bros. Take advantage of life that's trying to give you life outside the United States. At least you'll talk about another country. It's third world. Guess what? At least they care enough about you to look out for you and not have you eating that bullshit. I don't want to go to that country. Isn't it third world? And they eat healthier than your first world ass. These women here in Colombia, in South America, got these thick thighs, fat butts. They walk around, they exercise, they riding their bikes, they get fresh air straight from the Amazon and straight from the ocean, just everything they need. And what are we doing? Living in smogged America with unhealthy foods, and we got a passport. When all you had to do was use your passport every once in a while just to come to get some fresh fucking air. Some of y'all had fresh. The only people that get fresh, I'm gonna tell you something for real. Only people in the United States that get fresh air is out west, the Northwesterners. If you live in like Wyoming area, you all up there in Seattle, you all up in the area of Oregon. Oh, they get some fresh motherfucking air. The rest of us, we getting some bull. We getting air-ish. Ask New York. Ask New York. As soon as them flames came, that smoke came down from Canada. Ask New Yorkers, are they getting fresh air? Ask people from the Midwest where all them factories and foundries and plants and all the construction is going on and all smoke stacks everywhere. Ask us in the Midwest, do we get some fresh motherfucker? You ain't never had no fresh air. If you from Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Iowa, Ohio, Kentucky, you ain't never had no fresh air. Yes, I do. No, you don't. We got all type of factories and plants and construction and all type of trains that's going by with smokestacks just blowing out, just throwing smoke all over the place. We got so much pesticide flying through the air. You from the Midwest, bruh, ain't nothing out there but corn. We ain't got nothing in Iowa, in Ohio, in Michigan, in Indiana, in Kansas, in all the way in Illinois. We got corn. We got apartment complexes with corns. We got kids' playgrounds with corn. We got gas stations with a cornfield next to it. If we ain't got nothing in the Midwest, we some corn having money. And what do? They spray that corn. They spray it. And all that stuff that don't let, just like I spray cologne in the air. If I spray that cologne in the air, it gets over the microphone. Oh, that smell good. That gets over the mic and everything else. Same thing that they do with the corn in the United States. They spray it all over the Midwest. We ain't never had no fresh air in the Midwest. With all the factories, we got Chrysler, Ford, GM plants all over the place. I grew up with just nothing but smokestacks, just blowing smoke and all type of fumes through the air. I ain't never had no fresh air growing up in the Midwest, and neither have you. Your passport allows you to go to other countries just to get some fresh motherfucking air. Realize that. Some fresh food in your system. So while you complain about some of the fresh air or fresh food that's not in your system, I'm telling you guys, you gotta realize it's for your benefits, that they don't water down or they don't put Lowry seasoning salt or Mrs. Fields on everything. They use natural seasoning. Some of us ain't never used cilantro in the United States. We've been walking past the cilantro and ginger and everything else our whole life. Garlic, what is that for? You can't, if I had told half of y'all, go to the grocery store real quick tomorrow morning, get some ginger, you wouldn't even be able to recognize ginger. Grab some cilantro real quick. You wouldn't recognize. So what's a salami? Cilantro. Salute. You wouldn't know what cilantro looked like. They use natural seasonings. The peppers are natural. The garlics are natural. So when you eat these foods in South America, you like, man. The fish, everything else, and the chicken tastes a lot. We're not done with the video. The chicken tastes a lot better, man. I'm telling y'all, man. They do us so wrong in the United States. They do us so. I love the United States, but man, when you discover how the rest of the world thinking, the other 96% of the world, that's the other part that pisses me off. I'm raised in 4% of the world. You telling me that there is a whole planet of 96% of the world, 7.6 billion people know how to live healthy, and ain't nobody told us. Oh my God, that pisses me off. I kid you not. Shout out to you guys. He said, I eat ginger, right? He said, I eat ginger root raw. That's what's up, brother. I like to hear that. Shout out to Connector in the building. I kid you not, man. Goodness gracious. He said, my homie got Dominican stuffed waffles on the North Coast. Yeah. Man, I kid you not. Shout out to Kings of Dreams in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Thank you for the super chat. He said Dre is giving that international RP. No, man, I'm just saying. You know, I always say I'm not red pill, I'm Morpheus before the pill was taken. Yeah, man. Shout out to Charles. He says Italy or Spain or Greece as in the top 3. I believe it. I didn't get a chance to see what EMB said in regards to the healthy foods of Greece, Italy. He said taste is subjective, but I saw had Italy, Greece, and Spain as top 3. I can't wait to go. Man, we're so antsy about going to Europe and tasting foods over there. So antsy, because we got so many friends and people like you all that always talks about, you know, what's over there as far as foods to eat. So we're excited about that. We really are. He said Peru has decent food, not the best though. I could agree with that. They got a lot of Peruvian restaurants here too. He said Taste Atlantis list, I believe. I gotta make sure I remember that. He said, what's weird is US is above Peru at 8. Wow. First world GMO, third world natural foods. Yes, that's so true. That's so true, Wes. So true. Let's get ready to finish off the video or continue on with the video. Let's go back to it.
For those same reasons, the U.S.
Let's get back. I'll move back some.
Which is 44 countries by itself. Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and also Canada. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, banned in all of those countries. Okay, number 9. This is the one you're probably gonna come for me for, but I'm gonna explain myself and then you do your own research. U.S. chicken. U.S. chicken is banned in the entire European Union, again, which is 44 countries have banned it. And here's why. Because U.S. chicken is washed with chlorine, okay? The same kind of chlorine that when you're jumping in a lot of the pools today, the same kind of chlorine that is treated in the municipal tap water today. For those same reasons, The European Union has banned U.S. chicken because it's washed and soaked in this chlorine, okay? And when you consume the chicken, you consume the chlorine, and chlorine is carcinogenic, okay? So it's really important to understand that. And people say, well, you just washed it. Well, here's what you need to understand. One of the other things that they do to chicken is this. They will inject the chicken with water and salt. And why do they do that? Because if you inject a chicken or any meat for that matter with water and salt, well, guess what? Water stays wherever the salt is, okay? So you inject the chicken with water and salt, now weight is heavier, okay? So now when it goes to the market, you can charge more, okay? The point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't leave the body of the chicken. So when you consume it, not only the water and the salt, but also the hormones, the antibiotics that is fed to it, and also this chlorine, then you start to see this chemical soup that they put in the U.S. chicken supply. And then you understand why the entire European Union has banned U.S. chicken, okay? Number 10 is bread. And I know you're thinking, U.S. bread?
U.S. bread.
Banned in other countries? Yes, it's banned in other countries. Let me give you a few reasons why. You probably heard in the news, or maybe you didn't recently, that, you know, a lot of the bread in Subway, the Subway franchises, is banned in other countries. And the reason why is because it contained this compound, ADA. And this compound is what is banned in other countries, okay? This compound is called azodicarbonamide, okay? And that is banned in other countries. In addition, bread also contains another compound or chemical called potassium bromate. This is banned in Brazil, the UK, and also Canada, okay? So potassium bromate as well. And then high fructose corn syrup. Most of the bread that you're consuming today has some form of a sugar in it, and specifically in most cases has high fructose corn syrup. So as a result, it is banned in other countries as well too. And then number 11, this is probably really gonna blow your mind, stevia, or an artificial sugars, banned in other countries. And I know most people have been taught and told by even their physicians that, you know, instead of using white sugar, they should use stevia, okay? But here's the thing, it is banned in the entire European Union. And guess what? This isn't recent. They banned this sugar in 1999, okay? Artificial sweeteners are very toxic to our gut. They also cause sugar imbalances that can lead to not only diabetes, but also obesity. And artificial sugars are also neurotoxins. They affect our nervous system and also our brains. Okay, so you want to stay away from stevia as well too. Do your own research. You'll find the data is pretty consistent with that as well. And then the final one is processed meats. Okay, processed meats like bacon, breakfast sausages, deli meats like turkey meat, like bologna, thin sliced turkey meats, bologna, ham, etc. These processed smoked meats, all of these meats, these processed meats, unfortunately, are laced with these salts that are called sodium nitrate, okay, and nitrates. These sodium nitrate compounds are carcinogenic, okay? As a matter of fact, the governing body, as I mentioned before, that is the IARC, that determines what is carcinogenic, what causes cancer, has put processed meats, the same one, we make these sandwiches for our kids, we're making for ourselves for lunch. They have put these meats in the same category with cigarettes, asbestos, and plutonium, okay?
Plutonium.
So as a result, these meats are banned.
We can't let that slide by. This man he said it's in the same category as plutonium. Processed meats in the same category as the scientific plutonium. You can't make this up. We sit back and think that it was the Red Bull that got Kevin. It could have just been ham sandwiches at the house that's on the level of plutonium. Man, listen. This is crazy. Anything for that dollar. Anything for that dollar. No wonder our kids are reading on a 4th grade level in the 12th grade. No wonder you got these masculine women, modern women out there. They can't help it. Plutonium. Man, between some foods having asbestos in it and all type of crap, and then you got other foods with the red dye number 40 off in there. You can't even eat a cherry in the States no more. Because we used to have cherry trees in my neighborhood, and we ain't never had a cherry as shiny as those cherries that be in the jar. When you get them to the grocery store, you be like, these some, and they taste so extra sweet. And I'm like, these don't taste like the cherries that I was having in Michigan as a child. Picking the cherry trees. Man, y'all know I couldn't let that slide by. My man said on the level of plutonium. Let's run that little part back real quick.
Okay, as a matter of fact, the governing body, as I mentioned before, that is the IARC, that determines what is carcinogenic, what causes cancer, has put processed meats, the same one. We make these sandwiches for our kids. We're making for ourselves for lunch. They have put these meats in the same category with cigarettes, asbestos, and plutonium. Okay?
Plutonium.
So as a result, these meats are banned outside of the US as well too. Okay? Now I'm gonna give you a few.
You cannot even paint your walls with process. If you take paint and you took a ham and dip paint in put the ham in the paint and tried to paint your walls with bolognas, you would have the same asbestos on the walls. What the is going on? Man, y'all, man, listen. Yeah, brothers, sisters, use your passports. Use your passports and just go somewhere where you can just have a healthy meal. I don't care if it just for a couple of days, just fly out somewhere to eat something healthy. Goodness gracious. I'm wondering, you know what I'm wondering? This is what I want to know. I might have to look this one up. What are they putting in the liquors that's different than the United States? Are the beers, cerveza, are the beers healthier? Are the wines healthier? Is Hennessy in one country different from another country? I would like to know that one. You know, is your rum, your vodka, is E&J just a slightly different? Are some of your top shelf drinks ingredients different from in the United States? I would like to know about that in regards to liquors. Let's go back.
New bonus, Skittles. Okay, how often do we eat those as kids? Shocker, papaya, and specifically papaya, the fruit from Hawaii.
Wow.
Short, because they're genetically modified.
Wow.
The vast majority of papaya that comes from Hawaii is genetically modified. And as a result, it is banned in many other countries. And then also sugar cane, because sugar cane is treated with a chemical as well. Now, I know this has been a shock in terms of the list that we've done today, but what's really important for you to know and understand is that the foods that our ancestors ate, our grandparents ate, our great-grandparents ate, it is not the same food that we're eating today. And what's being allowed in the food supply, unfortunately, especially here in America, but also in other developing nations, in my opinion, is why we're so sick, why we're so overweight, and why we're dying so early. So make sure you know and understand the importance of, you know, not just finding the right herb or the right superfood to eat to stay healthy or to even heal yourself, but you have to also realize there are so many things you have to take out of your diet, because if you don't, that is the factor that you cannot ever defeat. Okay, it's an uphill battle you can never defeat. So you have to be constantly removing the unhealthy things and replacing them with things that are natural and also in line with our biology. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. And comment below on, you know, what was the big shock for you in the number of all of the foods that I mentioned today. What was the big shock for you? And then also, here's what's important. And I say this with love and kindness, is that, you know, start to figure out where you're going to start to eliminate. And what I would say is eliminate these foods from your home first. And I always tell people, start to add, you know, add healthy foods, but also be subtracting as you go, because that's how you achieve health. Okay. Until the next time, peace and blessings and Godspeed.
All right.
Peace and blessings, people. Welcome back to the channel.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the brother's channel. Good information there. Once again, he's a doctor, MD, not just PhD. Nothing against the PhDs. He said, don't forget about the GMO coconuts in Hawaii. Wow, I did not know this. I'm learning today myself. I knew it was something fishy going on in Hawaii. Get a Hawaii fish. But I did not know that GMO capital of the United States is Hawaii. And another thing that I find here in Colombia, that you know that they grow a lot of their own fruits and vegetables. Internationally, you have to have those little, you know, when you get a banana, like Dole bananas and stuff, you got to have those little stickers on there, like on the banana, and it has like number 3921 on there. Then you go, you know, when you get ready to check out, they go, bleep, and they, you know what I'm talking about. Or you see it on your Apple. Your Apple had that little sticker on there in Walmart, and it has like 7S2. And it's for the international labels of fresh fruits and vegetables. You don't see that in Colombia, because they grow their own. A lot of their broccoli, now they may get some food shipped in, but for the most part, these people are very, this is a very self-sufficient continent. I kid you not. I got to give credit where credit is due. Shout out to my man Tobias in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to Tobias the Traveler, because I have, and I'm learning a lot about life in Europe even before I go there. Just supporting the stream. Shout out to you for the $9.99 super chat. But yeah, guys, I kid you not. Use your passport, if only to take advantage of healthy living, whether it be now or whether it be for your future. That's one of the benefits that should keep you guys hyped about. Some of you guys that are relocating, you know, the next 5-10 years, next 5-10 months. This video that I did today is to motivate you and encourage you in another area, whether you're on the wall of, you know, should I leave the United States? Should I not? You know, I'm always traveling anyway. So should I stay here? You know, my kids are older now. Mom is doing fine. Dad is, you know, passed on. You know, is it my time to leave the States? You're kind of like on the fence. This video is another video to encourage you. Take advantage of life outside the United States. You're getting older. I know some of us are 50 and fit. You still getting older. Some of us are 40. You can't tell us nothing. We stay in the gym. You are still getting older. And it's better to take care of your health now and be in a country where if you just go to the store, you have more of a chance to have something healthier than something unhealthy in some of the countries that you guys want to live in. So be ready to take advantage of that. That's a must, man. He said the fruits in the States now are starting to have radioactive stickers on them because they use it to grow the fruit. Wow. Thanks for that information, Jamon. Because I haven't been in the States in so long, man. I be going to the grocery store like a tourist. Last time I was there, I was just walking around the grocery store like, wow. Like I was walking through a museum. Like, wow, look at there, wow. So they still put that in the refrigerator, huh? They still keep their dairy in the refrigerator. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I'm just walking through I ain't buying nothing. I'm just walking through Walmart, just a tourist. Like, okay. What you doing right now? Nothing. I'm just going to Walmart. And I'm just walking around Walmart like I'm just observing. What do they have here new? I'll never eat any of this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But it's going to be all right because I know that you guys are going to take advantage of your passports eventually and live the life that you deserve. Well, I'm about to head out of here a little earlier. We've been here for 2 hours and 27 minutes. And I'm about to head out. But in the comment section today, make sure you guys put down which one of the foods that you heard tonight that kind of surprised you. Whether it was the wheat thins, that surprised me. The wheat thins. What else surprised me? I was surprised about the meats. I was surprised about the red, what was it, red 40, the dye, red 40. I was surprised about how much it's in different foods and how much it just blew me away in regards to that it wasn't healthy. EMB says, nothing surprises me. I don't blame you, brother. He said, what do the bananas taste like outside the United States, outside the matrix? Excuse me. You know what, they taste a lot sweeter. And you know what I like about the bananas outside the United States? They age like they're supposed to. Like bananas outside the United States age like that sugar, they start to turn brown fast. Like in a couple days, they're like, there is no long-lasting bananas and they're still yellow 4 days later. Not in South America. Nope. They continue to produce that sugar and they turn brown. And when they get soft, I use them in my oatmeal. It's still 100% sugar. It may be too soft for me to peel it. I use it in my oatmeal. Andrea uses it when it turns just all brown. The banana's brown. She used that same banana and just put it in my waffles. Andrea makes the most amazing. Dude, she make oatmeal waffles. That oatmeal. Yeah. She adds a little cinnamon, little brown sugar, or if she doesn't use brown sugar, she uses bananas. Bruh, I got to take a photo and let you guys see this 100% oatmeal. She may add like I think she's used a teaspoon or tablespoon of pancake batter. But that's it. That's the only thing that goes off into it, like a teaspoon or tablespoon of pancake batter. The rest of it just 100% regular Quaker Oats oatmeal. And she makes the best waffles, dude. It's crazy. Crazy. So just little recipes like that you don't think about, man. But yeah, bananas outside the matrix, completely different. A lot more sweeter, a lot more healthier. Kid you not. Oh yeah. Well, I'm up out of here, guys. Hope you guys have a great evening. Make sure you guys subscribe to Bias Traveler. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me make sure I don't miss out on anybody. Okay, I didn't miss out on any cash apps. Thank you for the super chats, guys. And Andrea and I are going to be live streaming this weekend from wherever we're on vacation, because we're going to do a little vacation. So we're looking for a couple of spots. Maybe go out to a finca farm and hang out there. But we're definitely going to do a live stream from that area. And I am out of here. I'm about to sit back, eat some fruit salad that I made this morning, and sit back and finish watching a movie. The movie is Forbidden on Netflix. Really good movie, Asian movie from Korea. and you guys enjoy your evening. Once again, I'm your boy Andre of Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Yes, make sure you guys like the video on the way out. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. All right. Great show. Great show. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Yeah. We all learned something tonight. I'm up out of here. You guys have a good one.